Hi everyone. So it's been a while since I've last done a vlog update, and with pressure from my mom, I decided that it was a good time to do another one. So here it goes. So after I last talked with you guys, I talked about my vacation in Arraial do Cabo, and I started talking about how school was starting again and everything was normal. And so I'm going to begin in March when things started happening again. In the beginning of March, Brazil had Carnaval, which is this big party and festival. I keep trying to say the word festa for party. That happens in all of Brazil, and everyone has like a week off of school, work, and everyone just goes out and parties. And this is like that really cultural time of year when people have the big samba shows in Rio. Like everyone's used to seeing all the beautiful women in these feather gowns and these big extravagant things. And the reality is that does happen in Rio and in like Ouro Preto, which is like a city close by. It's like 4 hours from mine. But for my carnival, I spent it with my second host family in a sitio, 40 minutes from the house, which is it's like a country home. There's electricity and there's running water and stuff, but like it's really, really rustic and there's off of a dirt road and no one's by and there's horses all around. And so I spent it there with my host family, which includes like uncles, aunts, cousins, grandmas. The only thing, we didn't really like party like the stereotypical carnival, but it was still fun. I got to meet the family and stuff, and so that worked out really well. I also went with them to Serra dos Alves, which is another city right by where I was staying, to go to some waterfalls. And the one that we went to was Cachoeira do Marques, which is a waterfall that was like really pretty. And you first get there and there's a big bridge to walk over, and it's like, do not jump on the bridge or it will fall in the river. And you walk on it and it's like shaking all over the place, and I was like, oh, okay, this is fun. And my host mom was like, get over there, like she was scared. and and so I got past the bridge, and then it was like a 40-minute hike from there until we finally reached the waterfalls. And I took some really pretty pictures that I'm gonna put down below again. And so that was basically my carnival. It wasn't too much, but it was fun. Like, I don't know, it was fun. A lot of people just go to sitios just like I did, but if you live in Rio, you go to the samba thing where everyone's dancing and stuff. And later on that month, in May, I went to Para de Minas, which is a city where another exchange student from my district in Wisconsin is staying. I didn't get to meet up with her, however, but I went there because a Rotarian in my city here has family that live there. And they were having a birthday party there, and she was like, hey, do you want to come with us? And I was like, sure. And because I knew that Ella lived there. And so we went to the birthday party, and it was really, really big. Like, they ordered these dinosaurs from this place, and because he was turning 5, and then they had a little baby turning 2 or 1 or something. But the 5-year-old, it was like who the party was for. And they ordered these big dinosaurs, and they made these paper mache volcanoes with dry ice, and there was dry ice spewing out the ends the whole night. And you walk in, and there's like tables all over the place. And in the back, there's games that you can win stuff, and trampolines, and bouncy houses, and just wow for a 5-year-old. And you look to your left, and there's this giant table full of sweets and cake, and just any sweet you could imagine. And it was just like, whoa, brigadeiro. They have a ton of brigadeiro, which is like chocolate. And so, and they also had these waiters in like the suits and ties and everything like super fancy that were coming around giving you drinks and filling your drink for you if it was just like not even empty in the slightest bit. And they just kept filling it and filling it and filling it. And then they had cupboards full of these party favors that you just kind of take whenever you want. And at one point they were emptying out. My friend that was sitting next to me, she's like, she's an exchange student from Norway. She's like, I kind of want that cup. And I was like, yeah, I kind of do too. So we just kind of like took it because they were running out. And so I got a cup, so yay. And it was just really, really big, and it was super fancy. But apparently, that's how all Brazilian birthday parties are, even for like little kids like that. They're just really big, and you just go all out. But it was really fun. Like we walked around the city and stuff, and it was a really, really pretty city. And then we came to April, where I switched host families, and that's where I am right now. I'm in my third host family right now. I am living with my host mom, my host dad, and my host grandma. My host grandma's really, really sweet, and she always like, whenever I'm in the kitchen, she's like, "What do you need? Do you need butter? Do you need bread? Do you need ham and cheese?" And I'm like, "No, I got it." And she's like, "Are you sure? Like, I can get you this plate. I can get you everything." And I'm like, "No, I can do it. I swear." And she was like, "Okay, well, if you need help, like finding the butter, I just call me. I'm laying in my bed watching novelas, which is like what are they? Soap opera. Brazilians are really into soap operas. And so I'm like, okay, like I'll find the butter and stuff myself, but thank you. I know you're there for me. And she's super, super sweet. And everything's just like really, really calm in this house. It's just a giant house. Like my dad said, it was 2 million reais, which is like less than $1 million, just less than $1 million. And I was like, whoa, like it's seriously giant. They have this giant, giant, giant open house. And I have my double bed, and that's really nice because I've never had that in my entire life. And so I'm enjoying that while I can. And they just have this giant house with like 6 bathrooms, and then like you walk up the stairs in the back through a little path and stuff, and they have a big barbecue area with an outdoor shower, bathroom, a whole kitchen area, churrasco area, and there's just like a place for party. And I'm like, yes, because I can make parties with my friends and stuff. And it's just super, super nice. I'm like, wow. And it's really close to everything too. Like you have to go down this giant hill, which sucks walking up because I have to walk up every day from school, and it takes just everything out of you. It is just the biggest hill you could imagine. And well, all you have to do is walk down that giant hill, and you're in Centro, and you're out with your friends already. So it's really, really nice. And so yeah, I changed families, and I'm really, really liking it here. And also in April, just last week or something, last week or the week before that, I'm not really sure. I don't really remember. Oh, I think it was last week. It started on Thursday. They had Semana Santa, which is like the days before Easter and stuff that we get off of school, where a lot of people go to churches, a lot of people go to waterfalls and stuff, and it's just like a really religious time, I guess. But all the young people go out, and so I went out and stuff, and it was nice. It was nice to have a break from school and stuff, and I just went out with friends and had fun. And my host family took me and the Slovakian exchange student they had in this house first. They took us to Cachoeira de Massa, which is like the apple waterfall, and it was really, really, really pretty. It reminded me of a place in Wisconsin. I think it's called something. I don't know what it's called. It's by Wisconsin Dells. Something Partfield's Glen or something like that. I don't know. It was really, really pretty, and yeah, I took a lot of pictures. I'm gonna put them down below. And so yeah, that's what I did for Semana Santa. But I just wanted to explain a little bit about Easter here too. Like, it's a lot like the United States in that they give out chocolates and stuff, and they have the bunny for the symbol and stuff. But like when they give out chocolate, they really give out chocolate. Like they just have in the stores, in every single store, they have these giant roofs of these chocolate eggs that are like this big in size, and you just kind of like buy some and like for your kids, and they're super big and they're super good, and they come in like all these different flavors, and it's just like so good. And I got this giant basket from this really, really expensive, really, really delicious chocolate shop here called Cacao Show. And for my host parents, it's just like this giant basket, like as big as my body. And it came with this egg that was super good, and all these different chocolates and candies and sweets and biscuits and just whatever you can ask for. And I was like, wow. And so I was like, thank you, thank you, thank you. Wow, I'm gonna get so fat. And I'm not really needing that, but whatever, I guess. And I also got one of the eggs from my first host family, which I think I'm gonna pick up soon. I don't know, like, she just was like, it's at my house, and I was like, okay, like you live forever away, and I think she's gonna give it to me at Rotary, so that'll be another thing to eat. But they're really, really good, so I can't complain. And just on Tuesday this week, I went to Belo Horizonte. I can't even say the word in English. It's like Belo Horizonte, but in Portuguese it's Belo Horizonte. And I went there with the Slovakian exchange student to talk with some people, some kids that were like around our age, studying in this school in BH, Belo Horizonte. And we just sat there, and we actually stood there. And at first, we started out speaking English, and we were like, "Hi, my name is Levi. I'm from the United States. I'm 17 years old. Blah 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 blah." And they would ask us questions like, ask just random questions about why we did exchange, like what our lives are like back there, and they all spoke in English. And then like the teacher was like, "How about they speak in Portuguese?" And they're all like, "They speak Portuguese," and we were like, "Yeah." And then we all spoke in Portuguese and asked us questions in Portuguese. And then after we did an English part and a Portuguese part, they were like, "Okay, now it's just like free time, ask them questions in English, ask them in Portuguese, like whatever you want." And that just gave me such a big headache because one was in English, and when they ask in English, we respond in English, and when they ask in Portuguese, we respond in Portuguese. So it's like English, Portuguese, and it was like and I thought I was gonna explode. But I mean, it went fine. We got a little keychain at the end, made new friends. I got little notes from people, so that was fun. And after the whole school thing, me and Petra went to a shopping mall there in Berga. I bought some pants because I was in need of pants because it's getting really cold, like 70 degrees here. And I'm just like freezing every day, and I'm super worried about coming back to the United States because I sit here freezing and shivering in class just like everyone else, and it's like 65 degrees, and I'm like, and I'm like dying, and everyone's just wearing coats and pants and boots, and people are walking around the city with like scarves and stuff, and I'm like, oh my god, and so I had to buy some new warmer clothes, and things are relatively cheap, like compared to the United States, it's still expensive, but like a lot less expensive than in Ethiopia. Like in Ethiopia, everything's just so expensive for clothes. And so I got some clothes that I needed there. And then later Thursday, which was yesterday, we went to Mercado Central, which is this big market in the middle of BH where people just like they sell food, they sell hippie stuff, they sell Brazil stuff, they sell like just everything you can imagine. And there I bought a flag of Minas Gerais, which is my state, and I bought a flag of Brazil, and I bought some other stuff that I can't even remember. But I don't know. Like it was a good day. I got a lot of stuff that I wanted to get. And yeah, so it was a good day. I really like going there because it's just like this big central market, and there's a lot of tourists there, and it's just fun to watch. So that's about all the exciting stuff that's happened in the last 2 months. I finished up my e-school class, both semesters of US history, and I got A's in both semesters, so that's super good. And I'm officially done with everyday use of English because I speak with my friends in Portuguese, I speak with the exchange students in Portuguese. So that has turned out really, really well. And so I'm starting to speak just Portuguese. I'm reading books in Portuguese, I'm watching movies in Portuguese, everything's just Portuguese. And that's going to be really nice because I really want to learn the language. Or I already have learned the language, but like I really want to really get it good. And before I go back to the United States and probably forget it all. And my regular school here has been going good also. I'm wearing the uniform, I guess. And they've been doing a lot of fundraisers and stuff to raise money for their graduation party, which is they spend a ton of money, like 10,000 reais, which is like $5,000 more or less, a little less. And they just have like unlimited drinks, food and stuff, and they just dance and dance and dance. And so they're doing a lot of fundraisers and like dress up days where people like pay them if they dress up really nice, I guess. Like we had hippie day, we had a homeless day, we had like if nothing went right day where you dress up as a musician or like a garbage man or something, I don't know. The dress up days are a little different, but they're fun, everyone just goes all out. And coming up, I have some exciting things. I'm going to Caxambu, which is in the south of my state of Minas Gerais, for a big Rotary conference for my district. Like every Rotarian's going, every exchange student's going, every outbound, like people going on exchange next year is going. a lot of just random people from the city who like going are going. And so it's just this big conference there, and everyone's just going to meet up there. And I leave for that the 1st of May until the 4th when I come back to BH. And right from BH, I leave to Amazonas, which is like the state in Brazil that has the Amazon rainforest. It's basically all the rainforest. And I will stay there for 10 days on my Amazon trip. We stay 5 or 4 days, I can't remember, in Manaus, which is the capital, and we do a bunch of like touristy stuff there in Manaus. And then we take a boat and we go out on the Amazon River and we get to camp in the wilderness and we sleep in hammocks and stuff, and it's gonna be super super fun. I'm really excited for that. And like fingers crossed we see a sloth, because I will seriously freak out. I am so excited to see a sloth. And apparently we go sloth hunting and I'll get to hold a sloth, like a wild sloth, and I'm like, yes. So I'm really super excited about that. And I come back May 15th, so hopefully that'll be my next vlog, like somewhere. Hopefully soon after that. Probably soon. And so yeah, that's about it. I hope all of you Wisconsinites are excited about the heat. I guess, is it heating up? I don't even know. I hope it's heating up for you guys. And that you're excited about school ending and the summer coming. That'll be fun. I have less than 2.5 months here. It's crazy because it's going by so fast. And yeah, so that's about it. Bye everyone.